This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go from the link. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. Yeah! He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Set to go now on 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Only a gain of 1 on the game's opening play. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Running from the pistol with Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down. A pistol snap back to Hurts. And that's complete to A.J. Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On the ground, this is Barkley. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. A run up the middle with Barkley. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Hurts. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Here's Barkley. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So 1 quarter in the books in this rematch of Super Bowl 57. 0-0 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. So he finds the space and breaks the plane for the touchdown. Greg, there are certain quarterbacks who just have a knack for that old school play.
That play call sheet gets a lot easier, Mike, when you have not only a quarterback, like you mentioned, who has a nose for the end zone, but an offensive line that can continue to get such a consistent push. You put those two things together, I think he should call it every single time he finds himself on the board.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Here's a run with Hunt. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. On the ground, this is Hunt. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. This is intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first down, it's Mahomes. He'll take a shot downfield for Kelsey. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Motion man is Rice. Mahomes going to throw here on third down. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On fourth down, they snap it to Mahomes. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. And he's going to have the Chiefs first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. First and 10 now from the 36. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete.
And he's in! DeAndre Hopkins! Touchdown, Kansas City.
This is kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure. And when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity. And quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown.
On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Once again, it's Barkley. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. 63. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Hurts. He's got the hookup to C.J. Uzomah.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
To the left side, it's caught by Brown.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes and that ball falls incomplete. That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll try it now with Pacheco. And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Mahomes. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And that is incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. A run with Barkley. And he finds some space, tackled. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go from SoFi. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And 3rd down coming up. Mahomes back. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Herbert to throw on second down. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well done here by the quarterback, realizing quickly in his progression that there's going to be nowhere to deliver the ball, but there was some space to pick some yards up with his feet. He's able to get out of bounds, picking up some positive yardage to make it a shorter third down attempt.
And that is incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And now it's fourth down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Herbert gonna go on fourth down. And that is not gonna work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
That one good for a dozen, and a very quick first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. To throw is Mahomes. That one intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
Now it's Dobbins, and he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We're back in Southern California in a moment. So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. Shotgun now for Herbert. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. This one caught at the 4. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal. And he'll take it on in. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. Now, Mahomes. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Mahomes. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw. But think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the left side in the hands of Rice. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
He'll get it inside the 20. Give him 13 on that screenplay. And a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Right back to the air for Mahomes. That is caught side of the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Chiefs. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. Here's Ladd McConkey to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
You know, Mike, for a lot of guys in the league, the best way to make an impact as a rookie is through special teams. And anytime you can make yourself valuable, find a way to contribute, you do it. And that was a heck of a return right there.
Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He's got the hook up downfield with McConkey. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Here's Herbert. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Ladd McConkey. Touchdown Chargers. Dicker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chargers will move out to a 14-7 lead. The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half. as the kick's away. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. So we have reached halftime. These two teams separated by a touchdown. As we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. On the return is McConkey. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now it's Herbert. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
And this quarterback has a reputation for being one of the faster quarterbacks in the league. But what I loved here is, yes, he used his legs, but he remained a passer for as long as he could and leads to a nice pickup.
The throw on the run is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now, Herbert. Right side hauled in by McConkey. And he will get into the end zone. Pat McConkey. Touchdown, L.A. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers will take a 21-7 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Left side into the hands of Hopkins. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
1st down throw, Mahomes. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 26 yards. Mahomes on 1st down. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal.
Powering forward, he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return is McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Throwing, Herbert. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down. He'll take it up to about the 33-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37, with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 6. A run with Dobbins. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Here's Dobbins. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, L.A.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up 1st downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
Now a run on 1st down. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Play action now. It's Herbert. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll run it with Gus Edwards. And he's going to be taken down. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. So here is Cameron Dicker. Dicker, the kicker, in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Nick. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll...
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Indy. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Hold it. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And the Colts pick it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
Flush down now to his left. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They're now set for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's first and goal. Taylor does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Colts will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. First and 10, it's Mahomes. He puts some power on a deep one left. He's got it deep downfield. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. And that one's unsuccessful. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it's going to be second down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Juju Brents with a pick. And the Colts are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. Oh, boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other...
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Justin Reed has the INT. And the Chiefs get it back with a nice return to boot down inside the 30. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Play made by E.J. Speed.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Has his man. It's Pacheco. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He throws a bullet deep to the right. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Here's Richardson. Chased out to his right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Colts get some late points and the lead. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Gay with the point after. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, first and 10. Now it's Mahomes. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And that will not be enough for a first down. Short yardage situation here, it's 3rd and 2. Here's Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Again, Mahomes to throw. That's incomplete left side. Pride connected with Xavier Worthy there. And now they face second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air, Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Play made by E.J. Speed.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Escapes the pocket. Pacheco hauls it in. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. They'll go. It's Mahomes. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kenny Moore with the pick. And the Colts are finally dragged down after the turnover and a great return back to the opposing 35. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the red zone now. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts will add to their lead at the end of the half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. McCole Hardman now on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. Trying for the deep ball. Big gain downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Butker on now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. Richardson now. And he's touchdown after a nice pickup there to get the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On first down, it's Richardson. On target to Downs. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw here from Richardson. Forced out to his right. Hauled in by Downs. And they take him down right along the 30.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Big catch made, and he got And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal. They'll throw again, Richardson. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms, but it slips through. Second down coming up.
You only get so many chances to make this type of play for your team. Boy, you'd love to see him come through there.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Only a yard on that pickup, and it's going to be third and goal at the 9. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, go.
Oh, it's a fake. Looks like they're going to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
You know, that's a call I'll see in the college game, but it's pretty dead and gone in the NFL, and for good reason. Even when you catch them off guard, the chances for success are extremely low. Can't do it.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line.
We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa, as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set. And off we go here on EA Sports. Josh Downs now on the return. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Levante David doing his work on defense. Richardson operating from the pistol. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. Now he'll air one out. He's got it! And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Richardson will give it to Taylor. He's got space inside the 25. And he'll be taken down.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On first down, it's Richardson. And this one is caught, but the momentum, that'll take him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Could not get himself turned upfield.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's third down. From the gun, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Now a run with the rookie out of Oregon. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He's going to run it, and he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Colts out to the early lead. We'll have more from Tampa after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
Out of shotgun, Richardson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line. And
he is in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts are out to a 10-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That's Otten, open downfield. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read, Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. And another first down and another big gainer. This time 23 yards. From the gun, it's Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Throwing is Baker. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. To throw is Mayfield. And he's in. Mike Evans. Touchdown Buccaneers. On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Buccaneers are on the board. It's 10-7. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, this is Downs. And they'll show him the sideline, out of bounds, getting back to the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Downs goes in motion. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Richardson. Checking it down. This one is caught. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. 3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. On play action, Mayfield. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Mayfield. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. They'll go. Mayfield going up top for Evans. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the give, this is Taylor. Yeah. And he's going to be taken down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to make it.
Taylor loses the football. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. They are very fortunate to get another shot at it. It is 2nd down and goal. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. 3rd and goal. Richardson to throw. That one taken in. Allen Pierce. Touchdown, Colts.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. That's caught left side by Otten. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You can see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Mayfield. Down the field, it's Evans. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Baker to throw. Back to the sideline and intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackman.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances.